everyone, it is Liam Caddison here. We're reacting to Once Upon a Time as we get into episode number 13 of Season 2. Looking forward to checking this episode out. It's been a crazy ride with the events of episode 11 transferring into episode 12 with the repercussions of Belle losing her memory and not knowing who Rumpel or anyone is, as well as the fact of that outsider who we got a bit more information on, and it seems like he's going to be spilling the beans about what he saw. There was, of course, a little bit of a discussion going on regarding what to do with someone who is outside, who came from outside of Storybrooke, and poses a risk in terms of they could tell people that don't reside in Storybrooke the fact that these characters can possess magical abilities. So, yeah, that might be a bit of an issue. So, yeah, but I'm looking forward to see where things go. It was really good to have a bit more depth to Victor's backstory, as we did in episode number 5, I think it was, of the season. So, yeah, it was really great to see that go around and really see a bit of sorrow from Victor's side of things, especially since he has been so adamant on trying to give people life and to try and avoid death as much as possible. So, yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this episode. So with that said, let's get into episode number 13 of Season 2 of Once Upon a Time. Let's go.
Family, just know if anything happens to him,
And you'll what? Cross the town line. And David Nolan will hunt me down in his animal rescue van.
I'll be devastated. This isn't a threat, it's a request.
Just let him finish.
I promise no harm will come to your family. After all,
I think with David as well, he knows that this is going to be an emotional journey for Rumpel.
Mr. Gold asked Emma to help him find his son. They left town about an hour ago with Henry.
And no one told me.
Oh.
We didn't know where you were. And to be honest, Regina, I don't think Emma has to run anything by you.
Oh, this is gonna sting.
I suppose she doesn't.
Oh, dang, that's the giant!
Who's that? Has
he reverted back to, I guess, human size?
Late, Tiny.
He looks smaller.
Tiny. It's Anton. The same laws that we do, Anton.
They live different worlds, but
they destroy it.
It's not like every human in the history of mankind.
We still grow the bees.
It's terrible.
But why do we keep growing them if nobody ever uses them?
I mean, it's not like he's making a dumb point.
We don't do. Well, either have your lovely wife tortured out of me, which I promise will be fun for both. Why don't you and I have some fun? I don't know what she's.
Let it go, Hook.
Why don't you wake the
She's taken.
And ask him yourself.
David's done with his shit.
Step away from my husband.
You may have me outnumbered, but this isn't over.
You think I forgot what you did?
I didn't. You'll pay for your evil. I promise. You'll pay.
Unless he got him confused with his twin.
Don't call me that. Why does everyone keep calling me that? I'm fine, I don't.
This is devastating.
Has she been like this the whole time? More or less. We've had to keep her heavily sedated. Okay, let's get you back to bed.
Oh.
Now we go.
Did he hear any of that? Like to affirm his... Uh-oh.
Everything okay in here?
Everything.
Not yet, anyway. This giant could be of use to us.
Just tell me what needs to be done.
Your brother.
Oh no, this is gonna be fun.
So I think that makes sense.
And why the giant hates
Where are we going?
Charming, because he thinks
trouble my brother got himself into.
his
Leroy,
brother.
get your head looked at and gather the dwarves.
If it makes you happy, that's all the payment that we desire.
Well, then at least
This
tell me
is
your
sad.
Jacqueline. But most people call me Jack.
Wait! Jack Oh my, oh no, whoa, okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Terribly uncivilized.
So uncivilized.
Scarf and cane go in the basket.
What?
Scarf and cane go in the basket.
No.
I can't.
It ain't rocket science, buddy.
Is it
You
good?
been on a plane
Oh
before?
no.
Ever been impaled upon a cane?
Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. Good on Emma.
Guys, there's a Cinnabon here.
Just seeing the effects of that spell and how it can kind of phase out, it's very interesting.
I've been tied up in bed. Not in the good way.
She needs her things.
Well, I bet she does.
Oh!
That was good news then.
Getting a bit
Giant
flustered
got loose
here.
in the hold.
You lost a giant?
Well, a shrunken giant.
How is that good news?
Because when he got free, he took one look at the prince, became extremely murderous.
The shit has been stirred.
I'm gonna stay here for good. Might as well make sure it's an ice kingdom and not, you know, burn to the ground.
I'm feeling bad for Anton.
You are a hero.
This is it, though. He's exploring this new world and he means no harm, really, but... She gave him magic cheese.
Now get to work. As I'm sure you're aware, that
Regina. Oh, well, it was okay, it looked like cheese for some reason. Maybe I've got maybe I need to lay off the cheese.
Something.
Yeah, you might get a good telling off with that rumple. Oh. Magic's like not happening.
He's dead. There is nothing more you can do to him.
We're on your side, Anton. We're good. We're
Oh,
here
but is he
because of
going
you.
to remember?
You know our daughter, Emma. You gave her the magic compass.
Emma. Let me
that
talk to her.
might.
She says you're okay, then I'll stop.
You can't call
She's
her.
kind of out of town.
Well,
But you're my friends. How?
No, we're not.
If you and your
That's the
people
sword
wanna
that Jack
save your
had.
lives, take us to the beams.
No, we may live in peace,
Oh,
but
no.
we'll fight to protect what is ours.
hell is your name? David.
Your cursed name?
My real name.
What, you're David James Ann Charming, or David's like a middle name?
No, it's my name. You know what? I'm gonna call you whatever. Damn well, please. Is that okay? Sure, Leroy.
So what's the plan?
We need to drive away from here so we can't hurt
oh, the
anyone.
complications.
Keep heading.
Where did he go?
I'm not sure.
He'll be in that hole, won't he? Oh, that's bad. That is really, really... Oh!
I should just let go. You'll die. Maybe death hurts less than life.
Oh, no, Anton, no.
You really wanted to die. You would have let go already. Now take my hand.
Come on, buddy.
I don't know what my brother did to you, but that's not us.
And plus,
You have no idea.
two different personalities with these brothers, right? Ah, dang. Oh, dang!
Please.
I'm sorry, Jack. I have a kingdom to run.
Wow, what a middle
Sure you
finger.
understand?
What an asshole.
Anton,
I mean,
boy,
she was pretty much an asshole as well,
my
but...
blood. Did you?
All destroyed. If I plant it, I should be able to grow some magic beans.
A New Hope.
And then you just might have a way.
Oh, that's a look of division there. Oh, I mean, he is right now, so.
My brothers used to call me that.
Axe never lies.
Wait a second, I did my time in the mines. How come I didn't get one of those?
Because you ain't a dwarf.
I mean, in technicality, he is, in a sense, like, tiny.
They patched me up pretty good.
This is not going to end well.
Look, I overheard you talking.
Mm.
You saw a guy with a ball of fire.
No.
Do what I did.
Beans grow, we could go back. Everyone could go home.
I don't know.
What don't you know?
Home is where our family is.
Almost where the heart is,
And
I
that's
guess.
here.
We're gonna find your son.
Welcome, folks, to Adira Airlines.
I'm loving how she's being there for him, though, right?
Our flight time tonight is 20.
But there's a lot riding on Rumpel's mind with their history and... Boom! No. But that's it, though. It's not just reuniting with his son, it's their history, and if Bay can ever embrace Rumpel with open arms again, so... Because, obviously, things got a bit divided, last time Rumpel was with Bay, so... Phew. But yeah, I really loved exploring that story and exploring Jack as well, Jack and the Beanstalk. Because it's always, like, ever since we found out bits and details in, I think, episodes 5 and 6, I've been more intrigued to finding out that side of the story further and how there is the possibility that humans aren't always going to be perceived as the heroes, the victors in their individual stories. And this was a case of that, with James returning to the fold and partnering with Jack. So, and there was a sense of betrayal that Anton felt, rightfully so, because of the fact that they invaded his home. And yeah, you do feel so bad for Anton and the Giants. Like, they were only minding their own business. And it's not just that, though, but Anton just wanted to... I guess be where the people are, although that's something else. But he wanted to be accepting, be open, and it is really shitty, really, that things just didn't go as he had hoped. So overall, yeah, this may have not been, the most grandiose of episodes that have been out there for Once Upon a Time. But it was still really great, like exploring and adding layers to Anton's story, and just explore. We knew what would happen with, his brothers just falling and Jack dying potentially, because we saw all those elements. Basically in episode 6, I think it was. Yeah. But it was still great to have that layers that builds upon Anton and his distrust, and how he was essentially used with him encountering James and Jack. So I liked the Jack reveal because I was not expecting Jack to be female, but it was a really nice twist to have this revelation and see how things went by, and just seeing the spiteful nature there was with Jack, and not just that though, but James as well. But we know that David is a much better brother than James. So yeah, but it was just very interesting seeing those layers form and just building upon the distrust of the Giants against the humans. And again, like I said, it was speaking volumes about how there is always this narrative that is seemingly pushed about humanity prevailing and being the victors and being gracious, and you have all these non-human entities like giant. Well, I say non-human because they are human, but you get the idea. Those who are in their own category, like giants. Anyone basically that isn't human, they're like the bad guys, and we're getting to see their like side of things, where Anton, you know, he was just trying his best. He was trying his best to be gracious enough to people and only show kindness and whatnot. And in the end, no one can. He feels betrayed, rightfully so, because of the fact that he was played. And yeah, I mean, there's this whole idea that, of course, not every human is going to be bad, which was explored in this episode, especially with David, which paints a nice parallel, of course, with his brother, but David saving him when he could have just let him die and came at him with compassion. But yeah, I mean, we had Anton raised on this belief by his brothers that humans can be very problematic, so yeah. And one has to think as well, there is that naiveness you could slowly sink yourself into. So it's just, yeah, it's just very, very interesting to see how things panned out. But yeah, come on, OBS, stop. Yeah, it was just really, really interesting, though, with this episode going about and seeing how Anton is now he's been accepted, and it will be very interesting to see how things can progress with Anton now that he is being now that he's helping the dwarfs, especially with the beans, so which Cora wants to use to her advantage, of course. So it'll be very exciting to explore that area in future episodes. But yeah, I think the idea of exploring new terrains for a few characters was a very, very interesting element, like with Anton and exploring the realms of humanity and trying to adjust to their customs because he wanted to embrace that. And there was the same with Rumpel and him leaving Storybrooke and on his way to find his son, and you could see how uncomfortable he was in this scenario. Like, he was not, I mean, I think the scene in the toilet was affirmation enough, but you could see how lost he felt in a sense. So it was just a very interesting element with Rumpel, like seeing him in a very uncomfortable state. But this is all for a great purpose. This is for a, well, hopefully, because you know, like I said, it's all a matter of like, is Bay and Rumpel going to be on the same page when they potentially do reunite. So yeah. But yeah, it was just very, very interesting as well. Just this idea of Rumpel leaving, because he's never done that before. So, and like I said, I think the uncomfortable atmosphere that he portrayed was very evident. You could see it, and you could see how lost he was, and it was like torture in a sense. So, yeah, it was just very interesting seeing his confusion at the airport and just how different things were, this world. It was like he was stepping into a brand new world. So yeah. But also, yeah, I really, really thought the moments with Belle and Greg, very interesting stuff. Even the scene we got with Ruby and like her trying to ease Belle back, but things just going to no avail. But yeah, we got Greg now having affirmation of what he saw after eavesdropping on Belle, and I'm really scared about where this is going to go. And I feel like with him like being an outsider to Storybrooke and this whole dilemma about people wanting to go back, and now there's this opportunity for the Beans to bring the Storybrooke characters back to their world. I feel like we're building to something grander with Greg and how he is easily startled with what he saw. contacting his wife, I think it was, in the last episode, and saying, "You won't believe what I just saw." It's going to be very interesting to see how that's stuck, because I do feel like with that going on, and with Mary Margaret and David in a bit of a divide regarding do we want to go back or not, it does lead me to believe that we're going to be building towards something greater with that in mind. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what will happen. And there was Regina as well. That's Regina. I mean, this is it. I feel like with Regina, she is being pulled by different ends. She's in this tug of war with Cora coddling her, and you have her wanting to do right with Henry. So yeah, it's a tug of war at the minute with Regina in this fight, and I am hoping that Regina sees some light. But the way she was going about it, how she was eager for Anton to kill David, yeah, it was not having me. It was not having me on comfortable vibes, because I'm wanting Regina to see the to see the light, and at this moment, it's looking like that is becoming a bit of an ask at the minute. So yeah, but and that's because of Cora's influence at the minute. Cora, and I feel like with Cora's influence and how she is, speaking to Regina, I feel like the bad's outweighing the good in terms of this tug of war battle. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But it's really, really concerning at the minute. But yeah, I thought this was a like I said, not the greatest of stories, but it was great to finally delve into further backstory regarding Anton, because he made mention about how he was not really a fan of humanity. And this was an episode that we got to explore how he was so hopeful and how he was so optimistic, and even though I think you could see he felt out of place with his family, he was always trying to do his best to be a compassionate giant, and there is a sense of betrayal because he offered his heart to Jack and to James, and yeah, so you do feel so bad for Anton. But like I said, hopefully this is the start of something marvelous for Anton in terms of reigniting that trust. I feel like there is a nice little bit of I don't know if this is a bit of a stretch, but there is a nice little bit of a parallel with him destroying the beans when the humans invaded, and him replanting the beans as he was instructed, and now he's got his he's starting to build the bridges again to himself and how he wants to approach the humans. So like I said, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch maybe, but I feel like I don't know, for some reason that's also screaming good symbolism, with the beans and that connection with the beans and the humans. So yeah, but this was episode number 13 of season 2 for Once Upon a Time. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Meaty Beats and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!